Today we received some breaking news regarding WrestleMania 42, and quite honestly, this is not good. This is not good news for WWE. This is not good news for WrestleMania. We're gonna have to talk about that. Plus, we're going to talk about WWE Money in the Bank leaked plans, and we are going to talk about an AEW star who's been there from the beginning, no longer on TV, and he's speaking out. It's all coming up right here on the Ango Show. All right, guys, and if you want more videos like this, don't forget, go ahead and click that subscribe button. It would mean the world. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. I'm going to kick things off with Scorpio Sky. Now, of course, if you follow this channel and you're a real one, and maybe you remember my AEW content from when they launched, Scorpio Sky was somebody I'm incredibly a big fan of. And this is largely due to the fact that Scorpio Sky, part of SCU, SoCal Uncensored. I mean, it was just a really fun group. Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels, Scorpio Sky. I don't know. I just really like these guys. And I always thought Scorpio Sky was a really, really good TNT champion for the company. This guy, I remember distinctively talking about potentially being a world champion for AEW. And of course, we heard about his injuries. Now he's talking publicly on the Creating Character podcast. And he talked about why he's not actually been on AEW television. And he's actually healthy. He's not injured, and that isn't the case. Basically, he says, he's still getting paid or whatever. He's just being kept on the sidelines, and he says, that's the tough thing, though. It's you're getting paid. People will say that, oh, you're getting paid. My agent will tell me that, oh, you're getting paid good money, but I like to think about it like this. Does Tom Hanks make movies to get paid at this point in his life? What I'm trying to say is you don't grow up dreaming of getting paid to not do this. Yeah, you grow up dreaming of doing it, and that's where I think the frustration comes in. Back in July of 2023, he was actually injured, and he actually ended up returning, and then literally like October 7th, 2023 was the last time we saw him on TV. Like, it's been a really crazy situation. He also goes on to talk a little bit about possibly having some backstage heat. So I kind of want to talk about this a little bit more in depth because in the public eye, a lot of people may not know this, but he says that he definitely went out of his way on an interview to not make the company look bad. I really obviously wanted to preserve a relationship that had been built over a number of years, and so I didn't want to say anything that would poison that relationship. Um, he says, come to find out, I think someone there still may had a few issues with some of the things I did say. So now I'm like, screw it. I'm going to say whatever the hell I want now. So maybe there's backstage heat on the guy. I don't know. But for him to be on the sidelines is relatively criminal. Let's talk about WWE Money in the Bank. We've been speculating about Travis Scott, but now we actually know there are plans for Travis Scott. Some of you guys might like this. Some of you guys may not like this. But according to WrestleVotes, WWE is already locking in his appearance. Amid speculation, WrestleVotes was told that WWE has plans for Travis Scott to appear at Money in the Bank on June 7th. Sources actually indicate that this has always been in the works, even prior to WrestleMania. Now, with that being said, this is a very interesting situation because there had been rumors that Travis Scott would be in a tag team match with John Cena at Money in the Bank. That has not been confirmed. That has not been reported by anybody with legitimacy. It's just pure speculation. Now, Travis Scott being involved at WrestleMania is what's best for business. And I understand a lot of people will disagree with me here. I'm not that big of a fan of Travis Scott's music, but I understand the value that he has. He has quite a bit of influence, and, he has been training for an in-ring run. And listen, in the past, and I can admit this, but in the past, there had been times where wrestlers had matches with celebrities and the celebrities came in for a quick paycheck and they dipped, right? They came in, they really didn't know anything about professional wrestling. It was very clear that they were doing it for the money. Yes, we have seen Bad Bunny and Logan Paul both get involved in wrestling to the point where they genuinely love it. They embrace it. They actively promote it, right? They actively promote the WWE, and like it's more than just a money grab for certain celebrities. Travis Scott is one of those guys who genuinely loves professional wrestling. He loved professional wrestling before he stepped in a WWE ring, and he still does. So in the past, maybe it would have bothered me, but If Travis Scott is truly training, I'm good with it. I honestly don't have a problem with it. Now, I don't want to see Travis Scott in the main event of WrestleMania, but Money in the Bank pay per view, whether he's with John Cena a tag team match or he's there for some sort of appearance, I'm okay with it. I have no problem with it. I'm actually more curious to see what Travis Scott has been doing in the ring and training in the ring, because if he goes out there and kills it, it's going to be a really bad day for the haters. You know what I mean? But if this guy goes out there and he's like sloppy, yeah, it's not going to be a good thing. So WWE has to be careful in this kind of situation, but he has been training for months. I do look forward to seeing what he does. I think if Travis Scott goes in a WWE ring and absolutely kills it, it's going to be a fun watch. But we'll see what happens. Who knows? You know, the idea of him doing a singles match doesn't sit well with me, but a tag team match is completely fine as well. And that brings us to our final topic. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a report regarding WrestleMania 42, WrestleMania in 2026. You know, it was revealed that WWE would be doing WrestleMania in New Orleans. Well, that's actually canceled. In a statement provided Thursday to WrestleNomics, Thursday being today, the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation confirmed that the show has been rescheduled to an unspecified future year. WrestleMania, which will move from the currently scheduled 2026 timeframe to a future year, the foundation revealed in a joint statement with the WWE. Now, this is crazy because it was scheduled for April 11th and 12th in 2026 at the Superdome. Obviously, you know, I've been very happy about that announcement. I've gone to WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. New Orleans was a very, very fun spot for WrestleMania. I believe they did it in 2014 as well. Because I want to say that was, yeah, it would have been 2014 because that was WrestleMania 30. So I personally speaking, I'm kind of sad about this. I feel like I was really excited for New Orleans. You know, one of the big things too about WrestleMania is I'm not a very big fan of WrestleMania being in some of these colder cities. Um, and so obviously, like if everybody's going on a trip to WrestleMania, you know, it would be nice if the weather's good. New Orleans typically has nice weather. So it kind of it's a kind of a big stinker. It's also kind of weird because WWE and them, they've already revealed like this was the plan. So now to see what WWE will have to do, whatever the change may be, one, it better be a good one. And two, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who were planning on going. Now they may not go, right? Location has a lot to do with that. So you have to wonder if maybe even WWE will get to the point where maybe the UK is in the cards. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'll keep you guys updated along the way. WrestleMania 42, New Orleans, not happening anymore, brother. Not happening anymore. And if you guys want more videos like this, again, don't forget, click that subscribe button. It would mean the world. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.